Good afternoon, Germany. Good afternoon, Poland. Good afternoon, UK, and good afternoon, everybody sit there and watching us today. I'm here with the legend, Mr. Jay Cutler. How are you today, Jay?
I'm doing great. Having a great show here.
I'm absolutely honored. I'm absolutely honored to sit next to you. Since I was a little boy, I followed you, so I appreciate you having me here today. Jay, tell us about, obviously, I don't need to say anything. You're well known around the world. Tell us about yourself, where you're born, and about your achievements as one of the legends.
Well, I'm actually from Massachusetts. I reside in Las Vegas currently, between California and Las Vegas. I spend a lot of time on the road traveling, doing various events around the world, promoting obviously bodybuilding itself. Being a 4-time Mr. Olympia winner, obviously my achievements speak for itself. I now own a supplement company called Cutler Nutrition, and that's why I'm here today visiting the fans internationally. I've been on a tour. I came straight from India, toured Germany, and ended up at the FIBO. Go home for a couple of weeks, and I'll be heading to Brazil, and of course I'll be in the UK in May. So I spend a lot of time on the road promoting health, fitness, wellness. I promote a lot of amateur fitness events. Basically, I'm living the dream. That's why I always tell people I had a dream as a young kid. I picked up magazines when I was 16, started competing when I was 18, with the idea that I wanted to be the best at something. So that led me to earning my professional status at 23. And of course, I worked my way through the ranks, developed a great rapport with the fan base, and also winning championship titles. Became the best bodybuilder in the world 4 times over. I was second 6 times. Held first or second position for 12 years in the world, professional bodybuilding, and now reaching into the new ventures of being a supplement owner and continuing to build the Cutler brand, which has developed well over 20 years now, being active on the scene.
Wow, that's a fantastic, in fact, great achievement. Jay, you mentioned a lot. The question I've got, what was your motivation as a young, teenagers to become a bodybuilder? What was that motivation?
You know what it was? I think I was a fan of more the superhero type figures that had muscle. I was actually rather muscular because I grew up on a farm in Massachusetts. I'm the youngest of 7 children. I'm 3 boys, 3 girls, and myself. So for me, it was really, I developed a physique early, and everyone took notice of that. I worked in a lot of labor work, so I had developed quite a physique. I played football in high school, and my passion was always to be impressive. I wanted to be kind of really be different from others. So I think bodybuilding, picking up the magazines and liking what the guys looked like, I think that kind of gave me something that I'd like to maybe do in the future. I wasn't sure where it would really take me, and that's what I always tell a lot of these fans that I'm meeting even here today. You just never know where anything you do is going to take you early in life, and I never imagined to the point where I would travel worldwide, be a worldwide name, and recognized as not only a Mr. Olympia, but as someone that people use as motivation. And I always tell people the greatest gift that's ever been given me isn't the titles and the money and all the fame that I've won being who I was as Mr. Olympia. It's really something you never planned in the beginning, and that's being a role model for a lot of people. And being a role model, it requires a lot of hard work and a lot of focus and a lot of positive actions in your life. And I think I've really developed that, not because I tried, just because I always felt that doing the right thing and preaching kind of what I did to become the best. Because listen, it wasn't easy. There's nothing that's easy in life, whether it's no matter what you do, not just as a bodybuilder, but life in general. It's really hard to stay committed to something. And bodybuilding is about commitment, dedication, perseverance, setting realistic goals. Obviously, you can take all the supplements you want. I created a line that favors towards what I learned over 20 years. But I also try to teach everyone nutrition is really 80% of bodybuilding, what we actually do. So that means eating on a meal plan, everyone probably 2 to 3 hours a day, average person eating about 6 meals a day. And that's not just to be huge, that's to average the physique and keep a physique lean and build lean muscle tissue and burn body fat. Everyone wants to be somewhat lean and be in good shape. So I take that into account. It's kind of what I preached, and I'm spreading the word when I travel to these events and doing seminars and speaking to the fans. And signing the autographs and listen to the stories that these guys picked up a magazine, saw online, or saw an interview, and it really touched them and gave them motivation to be better themselves. And like I said, that's the best gift that I never imagined I would have, but now that I have it, I cherish that a lot.
That's perfect. And to be honest with you, it is the information Jay just mentioned. It is something you take on board. Last night I had a message, lots of messages on the Facebook, on the media, to ask you this question regarding how often and how long do you train? Because they're saying, you know, this legend, they train about 10 hours, 12 hours a day. Tell those fans, you know, around the UK, because you got a massive, I would say, most of the people in the UK train, they follow you around the world. India, I followed you when you went to India. You know, just tell them how often do you train? How long?
You know, it's a pretty simplified routine, actually. It's more the consistency. What they see is as a product of many, many years. So, like anything, it's really just like I mentioned. It's just consistency. But I'm in the gym probably 1 to 2 hours a day. Obviously, when I train for competition, it's a little more because I'm hitting the body part or doing a cardio, you know, twice a day sometimes, and training weights with once or twice. So there's been times where I've been in the gym 4 times a day, obviously training for competition. But right now, just really about an hour a day at this point. And like I said, most of the time that's spent outside the gym is just eating the meals and you know, getting the proper sleep. I sleep probably about 8 hours a night. But I think the average person, I mean, you be between 30 and 60 minutes a day. Usually what I like to do is I get up in the morning and I'll do some sort of cardiovascular training for 30 minutes. I prefer usually stair mill. Then I eat a couple meals, and then I go train, usually in the afternoon, with weights for an hour. And then the rest of the day is spent eating and relaxing, and of course watching what I eat. So that's the routine of, obviously now, as being who I am, and obviously that gets rammed up when I do competitions. That might change to maybe 2 hours to 2.5 to 3 hours a day. And then of course posing in between, and there's a lot more that goes into it. Tissue therapy, you know, massages, and then we also I do like Pilates or kettlebell training a lot. I have a stretch coach that stretches me. So there's just so much more substance that goes into training as a professional bodybuilder, being the best in the world. It's not just hitting the gym every day and eating meals all day and sleeping on the couch. That's what people think is what we do.
That's it, yeah. Jay, you mentioned a lot of, you know, aspects of training, nutrition, and also diet. You know, what is your favorite supplements? I know you heard these questions hundreds of times. What is your favorite supplements, and when do you take it? Because these days, the supplements, there's so many out there and so many brands out there. But to your fans, which one you think is the best in your opinion, and which is what time and then when?
Well, I always tell everyone the best thing to have is probably a whey protein. Obviously I have Total Protein, which is my protein, which we're actually sold out of here at this event. Usually I like to take a protein shake immediately after I train. So I'll have, usually within 15 minutes, have a protein shake. That's why I think a necessity supplement. Obviously nowadays pre-workouts are really common. I saw a pre-workout called Legend under the Cutler Nutrition line, which is, you know, it has a little stims in there, a little caffeine, a little more focus type feel, where not really the shakes, but it gives you a lot of mental focus, so you can go in the gym and just really kill it. That's the main thing that you want to do. So I would say probably the third top one would be amino acid complex. Amino Bump is one of my products, and like I mentioned, I mean, I could sit here and talk about supplements all day long. I created a brand that basically was based on, okay, this is what I use. I don't use a lot of different supplements, but there's certain necessity ones. I mean, for the guys, you can go with testosterone, you know, something that'll help you elevate your testosterone. I have Big T in there, you know, but, you know, guys trying to obviously have hard gainers, weight gainer. I mean, I have a weight gainer in my Cutler line, so there's so many different things you need, but I would say the number one would be the protein powder, which is universal between guys and girls. Every guy, every girl should have a protein powder, and for those hard workouts, I think that pre-workout is always necessary.
I hope you listened. Right, a couple of more questions. I know you're really busy, lots of people waiting for you. This is the question you probably like most. What is your cheat meal? You know, because this is the secret of the bodybuilders. I'm not sure, but they seem like they don't want to say it. But what is your cheat meal? Because this is your fan would like to know. What is it?
Well, you got to come to either Vegas or Arizona or California to get the one that I have, and it's called In-N-Out Burger. Everyone knows that's the Jay Cutler secret, which is I hate to call it fast food because it's the best fast food you ever had. It's the cleanest actually because the meat's not frozen. It's flown in daily. All the vegetables, the tomatoes, the onions, the lettuce, everything is fresh. The buns are fresh. There's no freezing of anything in that chain. So I have 2 burgers which consist of 3 patties each, 1 slice of cheese, grilled onions, ketchup, mustard, and no salt. And then I carry along with a French fry, well done, no salt. Okay, sometimes a double, depending on how hungry I am, and then usually a straight Coke, which is, sugar, obviously. And that's the Jay Cutler cheat meal that you can. If you Google search Jay Cutler cheat meal In-N-Out Burger, you're going to see me eating burgers because it's been publicized quite a lot of times.
Even Jay enjoying himself is not just about.
And that's once or twice a week, actually. Sorry to interrupt.
Once or twice a week?
Yeah.
Oh God, I wish I could do that. Even Jay enjoying himself. So this sport is not about boring stuff. You could enjoy yourself and also become a legend. And I'm just sitting and he's admitting it. Compared to some people, they don't say. Jay, I'm going to ask, just wrap it up really quickly. Any advice, any kind of motivation you want to give your fans watching you right now, and just fire away because lots of people want to follow your footstep, but they don't know where to start. So you fire away and just go ahead.
Well, obviously, I was a very shy kid. I grew up kind of a loner, and I didn't have a lot of confidence in what I did, and a lot of people tried to put me down and saying I couldn't do what I achieved. And even when I became great at bodybuilding, it was always negativity and just surrounded by that. But really, if you believe in your heart and you feel that it's a passion, that's something you want to do, if you work it into your lifestyle, obviously not consume yourself, but whatever you choose to do in life, I would suggest, making it a lifestyle, staying committed to it, fighting through the goods and the bads. I mean, listen, the bad times always are better for the good times. I believe that you have to fail in order to succeed, and you can't be afraid of failure. I mean, I think in a deep down inside, I've always been afraid of losing, which I've done several times, but at the same time, every time I lost, it seems like I came back stronger. And sometimes we need to get knocked down before we get back up, and don't take that as a negative, but really, take your time, believe in yourself, surround yourself with people that believe in you, and you can achieve anything you want, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't.
Well, guys, girls, everyone watching there, everywhere you are, what Jay just mentioned, it is amazing. I look up to him every day. I'm the same. People told me I can't be here today, and they told me last year, and I've done my best to be here, get this interview for everyone in UK, everyone everywhere sitting there and watching us. I'm really grateful to be with you, Jay. Thanks ever so much for having me, and I'm just honored. Thank you, sir.